Ladies and gentlemen, voted Long Island's best podcast by a bot farm in Russia, it's the Adult Baby Show.
I'm a sweet boy.
I'll let a girl suck any part of me. I mean, honestly.
It's just in my mouth, just.
Oh, like, I'll try anything once.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Except getting to work on time.
You just ruined my day. Fuck your day.
Oh, let's get the feet involved.
It's not a nut. Maybe I shouldn't say that out loud with you.
Some people
Yeah.
are absolutely
Uh-huh.
disgusted by me.
He ain't lying.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Adult Babies Podcast, episode 340. I am B.
Chick,
I'm Ryan.
we are back.
We're back. How come I don't see you, Ryan?
You don't see me?
No. Oh, there you are. I guess it's... I don't know. By the way, we should let the listeners know we're on Zoom tonight.
They know already. They can hear immediately.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's painfully obvious immediately.
And my apologies to the viewers who are going to be watching me with no shirt, but it's beautiful out, and fuck you. I don't want to wear a shirt.
No, well, you've been wearing a shirt no shirt
What
for
a-
last weekend, right? You were on vacation.
Yeah, baby.
What a beautiful, touching apology.
Yeah.
My apologies to
apology.
listeners, but fuck you. Wow, that felt heartfelt. That was really touching.
I always say
Thumbs up,
he has a way with words.
Now, you posted a lot of stories of you shirtless from your vacation, and you obviously don't mind being shirtless and in public.
No,
but
yeah, I don't care.
I did
buff to look at.
screenshot every single one of them just in case at some point I need a photo of you for something. I'll have it. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
could have just asked me. I would have sent them all to you.
I got him. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
He's proud of
So-
that belly.
And then between that and then B's photos from the wedding and running around with like an ice cream man, I go, these are the two guys I'm doing a podcast with.
Yeah,
Okay.
hey, listen, bud. Hey, listen. I can't imagine what you got into this weekend, but it's probably too X-rated to put on Instagram.
Possibly.
He's got that smirk because he definitely did something.
Well, yeah. I
Where's
mean,
he-
why not? Didn't do anything crazy, but
Well, I want to get into Chick's vacation. Can we hear about that?
Yeah, definitely. I went to St. Thomas for a good friend of mine, his wedding. He actually lives there. He moved there. He's been there for about a year. His wife is from St. Thomas. So we
Wow.
were with a lot of locals and stuff. A lot of us obviously traveled there, but there was still a lot of locals. So it was actually really cool. We got to see the fucking whole island basically because people were staying in different hotels and stuff. So they tried to organize things that are near everybody. So it was like one day we traveled, one day somebody else kind of traveled, either a little more than, so, but the last day was like at our hotel. So,
Why didn't you guys all stay in the same hotel? Was it just not enough room?
it's a good question, but the hotel that some people stayed at was way too expensive for me to want to stay at even, it was just very expensive. So some of us had an Airbnb that was cheaper. And I think people were just booking whatever, all over the place. The island from end to end is only like 30 miles, not even.
how did they meet?
So they actually met at a wedding in New Jersey or in New York. It was in the States. She lived here for a few years.
Okay.
Not a few years. She lived here for a while, but her family was from St. Thomas. So she came here for school and stuff. They met at a wedding. And they're actually one of my favorite couples ever. They're just the two best people. So they had a good showing, too, for the wedding. A lot of people made it out there.
Yeah, it's like not a destination wedding because it's where they live, but where they
Exactly.
live is not near anyone else. So yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%. So, but it was just so much fun. You could smoke weed everywhere there. Like, it's not necessarily legal, but it's not illegal, or they don't really enforce anything. So We got in the first cab we went to. We get in there, and these two guys are smoking joints, like these Jamaican guys. And we were smoking joints with them, driving around for like 40
Yeah, you said
They
you
got
texted me saying you were getting high with your cab driver at one point.
Yeah. So I was basically with me and one of my very good friends and his girlfriend. We were in an Airbnb together. So we were pretty much together everywhere. Him and his girlfriend's a pothead like me, so we were just smoking everywhere. But we get into a cab, and the cabbie's smoking him, and he's got like his partner in the cab in the passenger seat, who was just there for the ride. And we were just hanging out with them. We were getting high. They got lost when they were driving us somewhere, or they were just trying to ring us up for more money. Who knows? But me and my buddy's girlfriend are like smoking with the cabs, having a good old time, and he's sitting there getting nervous because the ETA is going up instead of down. Because he had MapQuest. So we eventually got there, though. But St. Thomas is a beautiful island. Epstein Island is right around the block.
Oh, is that where Epstein Island is?
So I never knew that. I get there within like an hour. I am in the water. Like we land, we get to our hotel. It was still relatively early when the first day we got there. So I'm in the water and I'm talking to this couple. Everybody who lives in St. Thomas is not from St. Thomas. They all went there from the States, a lot of them. Well, not everybody, but a lot.
Yeah, that's why I was like surprised when you said, "Oh, he met his wife. She's from St. Thomas," and I'm like, you don't think of anybody being from St. Thomas, but
No.
there are people who own businesses there and they have kids, so it's some people have to grow up there.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
And so we get there, and this couple that's been there for like 25 years. Now I'm bullshitting with them in the water, and they're like, "Yeah, Epstein Island is you see that island?" So I'm looking right across from, like, we're in the water, and right across from us is St. John's.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to St. John's, which apparently has some of the most beautiful beaches in the world, you can see it's called Little St. James. That's Epstein Island. But the people who live there don't love talking about it, apparently.
Why? They had nothing to do with it.
I know, but I guess it just, because it's so close. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you have an apology? So you apologize to the video watcher for not wearing a shirt. Can you apologize to the audio listener for all the wind that's hitting your microphone because you're recording outside? Or to fuck them too?
That's what I was asking you. Does it sound? Is there a lot of wind?
You asked about the fountain. You didn't ask about wind. As you're talking, it's just like.
Well, it's not windy out, so I didn't really think anything of it. I wonder if that's that sounds like wind.
Maybe it sounds like wind. Look at this guy. Do you hear that?
I don't hear it.
Yeah,
but now I'm hoping it's not. Maybe I have my overhead fan on. Could I be the wind?
Yeah, maybe.
Hold on
maybe
1 second.
Maybe you're the wind.
Let me
just shut the fountain off. Does that sound better or no?
No, I still hear it. Maybe it's B.
Hold on. I just got home, so my apartment was so hot. I turned on. I bet it was me.
Yeah, I don't hear it now.
Because it feels quieter in here.
Yeah, that's it. It's gone.
You see,
oh,
Chic,
wow. See, it wasn't me. So fucking you apologize.
I know. He's so happy. He's so happy that he didn't do something.
Sorry, Chick. I apologize. I assumed you were the fuck up.
Well, I'll apologize to the audio listeners for B.
Yeah, I apologize, guys. I
wasn't going to say anything. I was just write it out, but that is much better if anybody finding that annoying. Yeah. I hope I can start sweating during this podcast now.
I'm going to start sweating. I couldn't hear it on my end because it's up here, so.
Yeah.
All right.
So I was also with a longtime listener of our show, Ian Brown, downtown. And me and him were just taking these ridiculously dumb, like, he was just trying to get dumb photos of me. That's why we had the one where I look like a beached whale on the beach with our legs touching.
Now, which one is that? Because I saw several photos.
Yeah, I was going to say the one.
You look like a beached whale.
Well, this one
it was one that you tried to act like a beach whale.
Yeah, the one where I was actually laying on the
the water,
in the beginning of the water with
Ian. Yeah.
You know what? You put me and him together, and we do a lot of dumb things.
Right. Yeah.
I will tell you, it was so hot there. It's not built for people like me.
No.
Like, that's why my shirt wasn't on. for half the time because I was just so uncomfortably hot and sweating this whole weekend that I
And
was.
what about today? It's not that. It's not that hot today here.
You know
but
what?
yet
Now I'm
here you
still in
are.
island mode. I just feel like
You're
in
still
summer
there.
mode. Summer mode, I don't like to wear a shirt. Everyone
I
always
wish-
talks about, oh, you're so comfortable and you're so confident. And I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't really say I'm confident in myself. I just have no shame without my shirt.
Right.
But people really think how fat you are when that's like the thing that people say to you is like, oh, I wish I had your confidence.
Yeah, you're so brave.
You're so brave. You're so gross, yet you don't wear a shirt.
Yeah.
I remember playing shirts for skins when I was a kid, and my friend was a bigger guy. He took off his shirt, and and my buddy next to me was like, "Dude, that guy's got balls," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, because he's got." But you you wear it well, Chick. I mean, it's a
They were
big,
amazed how smooth my stomach was that they all think I shave it and I don't.
it's a big smooth belly you got
I
there.
do. I got a nice belly.
Yeah. Did it get bigger or my
Yeah, I'm definitely getting fatter. I mean, let's be honest. I'm not losing weight.
because it's hard to tell with the shirt on, but like I feel like you claim that you stay the same weight, but
Yeah, I think that's finally in my older age. That's starting to. I feel like if I weighed myself, I would be shocked right now.
oh,
So,
you haven't weighed yourself in a while.
not in a long time, so I'm probably going to stay away from the scale and just say that I weigh around the same.
That's
I purposely didn't weigh myself for the longest time because it's depressing and it doesn't really matter. It's like if I feel okay, it's really what matters. But something about seeing that number. But before I flew, I like to fly. I like to weigh my luggage before I fly. So I like to get on the scale, weigh me alone. Then I like to get on the scale with my luggage and subtract the weight and
Yeah.
see how much my luggage weighs. So I had to get on the scale, looked at it, I was like, oh God, that's
You
not where I
weren't
want
with
it.
it.
That's not where I want it to be.
Yeah. Like I don't really care, but there's also a certain like point where if I see a certain number, I'm gonna be like, Jesus fucking Christ. Let's pull yourself together.
Yeah.
You know what my problem is? I'm not happy with my weight, but like my weight is okay, but I look fatter than I weigh because I think because I retain water. Like my face is so fat from my medication, and I have breasts, but like everything else is fairly like okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I feel you. I got breasts too, man. I get it.
yeah, but bigger belly than breast for you. But I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, I look fatter than I am. So
Just your
I don't
face,
know.
like you're saying.
It's a lot my face.
You
My
feel like you
big
look at your
neck.
face, yeah. Yeah, because
My
you look, you look good. You look healthy, like svelte. You look,
Yeah, you look a lot better than me.
But when I take my shirt off, I'm like, it's not terrible. It's not great, but
yeah.
some days it's not great at all.
Well, listen, I also don't usually care because it's not like I'm hanging out with a bunch of fucking guys who are all well in shape. I mean, most of the guys I'm with are wearing long sleeve shirts in the water. Like those. Well, they have out there. They have those that are made for the water and like really thin long sleeve shirts.
Like the suntan shirts or whatever.
Yeah, they're actually pretty cool. I was only there for a few days, so I only put suntan lotion on one day, baby. I got a nice tan down there.
Good for you.
Felt good. Water was beautiful.
It looked beautiful.
They got married in this mansion, so they did. It was almost like a house party, and it was just such a cool venue. It was like overlooking the bay. They had an endless pool in it. They had a live band, which was fucking awesome. The food was really cool. I mean, good. And the band was just fucking awesome. They really were so good. The food was cool. So instead of like a traditional wedding cake too, they did like this. The mother of the bride made 13 rum cakes. Best cake I've ever had at a like. It was amazing.
Yeah, a wedding cake at a wedding typically stinks.
Yeah,
So
they do all that fondue shit or whatever, and it's like too much.
Or it's just like it's not made to be.
It's made to
tasty. It's made. Well, it's made to look like good. Yeah,
it's gotta look good.
But the one piece looks good, but then even the rest of it is just enough. Just get it out.
Yeah,
like-
get it out of here so I can, keep just this one little part for it.
Yeah.
They usually keep the tops. But overall, he gave a speech. Now I don't cry at weddings. I never cry. I don't really cry, period. I'm kind of cold. I was crying like a little baby so his brother he's handicapped and he's nonverbal. He can't really speak. So his brother wrote, and he's very close with his brother. I love his brother. I text him all the time. We talk to him. Great kid, cool as can be. But he just had this sickness that they don't really know what it is, but I don't want to get into that too much. But anyway, he wrote a speech, like a best man type speech. And then my buddy read it. Oh my God.
Really?
I told him at the end, I was like, you motherfucker. I was fucking crying. I was taking it. So now my friends all make fun of me because when I take my glasses off, no one really sees me with my glasses. But like, I have small eyes, and I was like teary-eyed. My buddy's like, "You look so adorable." They were making fun. But yeah, man, he had me crying. But it was such a great time, great wedding. I do have one funny story for the way home. So we were online in security, about to get to like the bag screenings, and this lady's got a rescue cat in like one of those cat carry-on bags. And her boyfriend has 2 kittens with her. Now, I'm getting annoyed just because I hate when people travel with animals like this. I feel like it's fucking awful for the animal. Not that I'm this big Peter guy, but you're about to throw it through a security check. The thing's not comfortable. It's gonna go what? It's gonna go up in the fucking cabin for.
What if they're moving there? What if they're moving somewhere?
These
What are they
people
supposed to? What are they supposed to do with it?
If you're moving, I get it. You take the cat. It is what it is. But to go
Why
save
should
a
I-
rescue in St. Thomas when you could get plenty in the States, it just seemed
That's
a
what
little.
they're
Wait,
doing.
It was a rescue cat from
Yeah.
St. Thomas? Is that what it was?
Well, I don't know if they planned on doing this, but they went there and they got a rescue. It was a rescue cat. Or it was just a stray cat that they found and wanted to give a home that had kittens or whatever. I really don't know the full story. But either way, these people are just bothering me from the get-go. I just didn't like the vibe. The lady looked like an idiot. So now we get to where we're about to put, they're literally the people right in front of us, and they're about to put the cat through like the security check. Now the security attendants asked them, "Is this your cat?" She's like, "No, she's like, so you don't really know him? It's like a rescue." And they're like, "Yes." She goes, "Well, we could do a private screening, or you could take the cat out and walk through the metal detectors, and just you send the carry-on bag through the security, like the screening thing." The lady's like, "No, I'm not scared. You could take the cat out." Okay. So now we're all sitting, we're watching this happen. They take the cat out, and all of a sudden, claws are out.
Oh, no.
Cat's starting to fucking, I guess, not meow, but like be mad. Like if it's making angry noises, and it's got its teeth out, trying to get away. So now they're trying to hold the cat. The cat's biting them. It's swiping at them. These people are now bloody messes. I'm watching the cat just biting this lady's finger. It's scratching the other dude. The security people are telling them, you have to hold it by the back neck. Like, you got to get a firm grip, because these people didn't even know how to control a fucking cat. The lady's holding its back legs as the cat's trying to dart out of there. They wind up they're trying to put the cat back in the bag. They're now bleeding all over the area, where there's blood all over the floor from these 2 idiots. Because
The owners are bleeding? Or
the owners are bleeding because it's not their cat. They obviously never rescued a cat before, and they have no idea how to control a cat, because this thing beat the piss out of them for about
Also, the poor cat's never been through airport security. He's like, what the
Yeah.
hell is going on?
That's my point. Just the whole
There's
thing.
a lot of confusion happening.
So now they rush those 2 people through, like they just get them through, and they stop the line. Now we have 7 security people staring at blood on the floor, and they're like, and now we're getting nervous. No, I mean, we weren't going to miss the flight, but it's getting late now. We were already on the line for an hour and a fucking half. It was just ridiculous.
And sometimes people overreact with blood. It's like, we gotta shut this whole area down. We gotta clean this out.
But they said, I go, listen, can you let us just walk around it so we can get, like, we were at the security thing, finally going to be done. And of course, they make us wait. Now they got this fat fucking security guard who comes over with spray and paper towels. They don't have a mop. They're not really cleaning it. The guy's starting to spray the floor and just like put paper towels down with his feet. You know what I'm saying? Just like
Yeah,
not
yeah.
wiping it with his feet. It was a fucking mess. So fuck that lady and her cat. They fucking ruined it.
Did the cat finally get through though?
So that's the other thing. Everybody, they disappeared. So we have no idea. I'm assuming they let them through or whatever. But
That couple been like, might have been just like, screw it. That cat belongs here.
yeah, people on the line other than us too. Everybody was just furious because now we all get fucked because of these idiots. The cat was.
The airport is a stressful situation for everybody. And when you're dealing with, I understand, yeah, pets have to fly. But when something like that happens, it's like, this is one extra thing that we did not need to happen.
The way is this, yeah.
And the lady asked her, "You don't know the cat? We could do a private screening." No, I'm not scared. Well, no one asked if you were scared. You should have said, "I don't know how to handle cats."
I got one
Yeah.
question. What is the private screening? I don't understand.
I guess it's for reasons like that. If your cat or somebody acts up, it doesn't fuck everybody else behind you.
Oh, because they can't take the cat through with the cage, I guess, because it.
Well, part of me was like, why don't you just, I mean, that's the other thing why I hate traveling with pets because it's not fair, but they should just keep it in the bag and roll it through.
Yeah, I was wondering why they didn't have to take it out of the bag at all.
That's what I thought, yeah. Unless there was metal in
Yeah, but it's still going to get seen. You know,
Yeah,
it's going through an X-ray machine.
Maybe
You
maybe
can have,
something
you can have
that's
metal
living.
in your metal in your bag. It goes through the X-ray machine. I
That's
don't
what
know.
I'm saying. You're allowed to. That's
Right,
what
so
they're
it
supposed
would
to do,
just
so they
spike
know that
up.
it's nothing serious.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can put. I don't know if you can put a living thing through that thing. I don't know if that's a different type of X-ray.
Yeah,
thing.
I guess I really don't know, but
I feel like I've seen that in comedy movies, but I've never seen like a cat. go
It
through
shows
the-
like just the boat, like the X-ray of the animal as
Yeah.
it's going through.
yeah, so it was just great trip. Everything was smooth sailing though, except for that little fucking
The
hiccup.
cat.
Annoying.
just from the cat. Well, that's good. At least it was a good trip. How many days were you down there for? Was it a weekend?
So I got there on a Thursday and I left on Monday.
Oh, nice.
And you got to go
What
through
in and-
customs for that.
So we didn't go through customs coming in at all, if I remember correctly. And on the way out, it wasn't really a customs, but it was, well, I mean, I guess it was customs, but it wasn't really like a serious one, I guess, because it's the US still. But they did, you know, ask us where you been, why were you here, you know, that type of bullshit when you go through. But it was quick.
Yeah.
But overall, fantastic vacation, much needed. Had a great time,
Great.
good people, and yeah, I'm back and ready to mingle.
It's nice to be forced to take a vacation. You know?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
It's like you probably
Like, I
wouldn't have
was
gone.
stressing it too.
Are you planning another trip? I know you and a bunch of your friends go away like once a year, right? You guys
Well, we don't.
planning
We
that, or was
tried to
that?
make it that we went, and that really lasted for I think 2 years, maybe. We'll see. We'd probably set up another vacation again, but nothing's planned immediately right now.
Could have just made this that big, you know.
Yeah, I feel like
Week
this
long.
is sort
Yeah.
of that.
How was your wedding, B?
Yeah.
Well, it was great. The wedding was great, but
Come here, pal.
the wedding was in Manhattan, so I was kind of. It was on a Sunday at 5 o'clock.
Oof.
So I'm off Sunday and Monday though, so it kind of worked out perfect for me. And I didn't want to take off Saturday, but I had the rehearsal dinner the night before, so I was debating whether I should. I was originally planning, all right, I'm just gonna go there Saturday for the rehearsal dinner, and then I'll go home, and then I'll come back because I have till 5 o'clock, and I'll do the wedding.
And
But-
you're a big part of this wedding, so you need to be there for the rehearsal.
Yeah.
And because they gave you really no instruction up until now, so
No,
you
no.
probably
I met
were
with
anxious.
them. I met with them a week ago, so we went through stuff. But I decided like I'm not gonna. We had like the rehearsal dinner and then an after party like at a rooftop place, and I had to be there early for pictures, but like 1 o'clock. But I had to be there all day because I'm in the wedding party.
Oh,
The
you were
wedding
in the
party.
actual wedding party too.
Yeah, I was like in the wedding party for
Oh,
So I decided I use that Hotel Tonight app. Have you guys used that?
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I never even heard of it.
I use it all the time.
Yeah, I use it all the time too. It's great for like comedy gigs if you're out somewhere.
Is it like one night stays that you're looking
You
for?
can get a couple like 2 nights, I think. Um,
Yeah, you
but
can
I
book multiple
usually
nights on there, but it's where it really started with like if hotels had like a bunch of open rooms, you could search this app and it would be super cheap because the hotels would rather put somebody in that room even if it's for cheap than have it go empty for the night.
yeah.
Now it's a little bit wider. You can kind of book further in the future and you can book
Oh,
more nights. But yeah,
Yeah, I used to book like the night of, but like for this I booked one on Sunday. Because that's the other thing. I think I told you the hotel that the wedding party was staying at was Arlo in Soho, and it was like booked up. I couldn't get in.
yeah,
So basically, I decide, all right, screw it. I'm gonna Saturday night. I'm gonna book a room. So I book a room. I was down in the financial district. I get over there. Really, I don't hang out in that part of the city. Do you go there often?
yeah. I have a couple times like recently, like I hadn't for years, and then spent the night down there. There's like a double tree down there, and it's a
I
really
think that's
cool.
where I stayed.
Yeah,
It was right across from the Staten Island ferry.
yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah,
exactly where I
yeah.
stayed. Yeah, and it's like it's a really like underrated part of the city. Different times of the day, but there's some cool stuff down there.
It was great. I really
There's
enjoyed
a
it. Like
battery park is right there, which is
I
like
walked.
one of the coolest spots.
Yeah, I walked through Battery Park the next morning.
I don't think I've ever really been in Battery Park. Like I've been
Uh,
there, but
yeah,
not like for any significant time.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
it's
don't
cool.
recall either, but I've definitely been to that part of town, but not like not like
There's
checked
not a
it
lot
out.
of reasons to go down there. I mean, it's the financial
No.
district. It's Wall Street. There's a lot of there's the coolest looking coffee shop I've ever been with. Conway Hall, I think, or Conworth Hall.
Oh
It's
yeah.
just like it's an old bank. It just became a
Little
coffee shop,
coffee shop.
Huh.
but it's huge. It's like gigantic. It's an old gigantic Art Deco bank. Now it's just a coffee shop. Yeah, yeah, cool
So
spots.
yeah, it was really cool. I liked it, and it was right. The subway was directly across the street from the hotel, so it was perfect. Um, Rehearsal dinner was great, but now I'm like, I pretty much have. I'm stressed. I'm very stressed about like the wedding. I have to do like a speech, not a speech, but like
You're officiating the wedding.
I have to do the ceremony. So the next morning I woke up hungover like ridiculous. I need to learn, by the way, like I've been in a bunch of wedding parties. The night before the rehearsal dinner, go easy because every night, dude, like I woke up and it like ruined my day. Somebody gave me a tequila like at the end of the night. I was like, I don't even drink tequila. Like it was bad. So I wake up in the morning and I'm just like, I gotta write. I had pretty much what I want to say written out, but or like ideas, but I want to just write it out in a notebook that I was gonna bring up during the ceremony, and I'm just gonna read it off of that. So I write all that in the morning. It takes me like 2 hours to write this wedding ceremony. Um, And then I'm like, all right, now I'm going to check out of this hotel and I'm going to check in to my next hotel. This is Sunday morning, the day of the wedding. So Sunday morning, I go down. Now I'm at the Moxie in Soho. I go over there. Really cool hotel. Um, I have to be over at the bridal suite at 1:30 or something to get pictures and all that stuff, and then you're off to the races. You know how that is. So I get over to my other hotel. I'm a mess. I'm not dressed. I'm barely showered, right? And I get over there and I realize, oh my god, it's a 4 p.m. check-in at this new hotel.
Mm.
and I got to be ready at 1 o'clock, and I'm kind of in a bad situation.
Jesus.
So I go up to the front desk. He's like, I was like, listen, this is the situation. I have a wedding. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna bother you. So I wait an hour. I wait till 2. Nah. What time did I wait? I waited till like I was there at like 12 o'clock. So like 12:30, I go up. I'm like, is there anything? And now it's almost 1 o'clock, and I'm like, I gotta find something. So I see a hotel across the street, and I go to them, and I say, listen, I see you're on hotel tonight for 190, right? And if you could get me into your hotel right now, um, then I will book here and cancel my stay across the street. And they're like, all right, we could do that, but you have to do it through us. So I do it through them,
Not the app. Yeah.
not the app. It ends up costing like 230, I think, right? I don't even know. With tax, you know how things are with taxes.
Oh my God.
All I
yeah,
know
it's
is the
crazy.
credit card kept
I
going.
love when they give you a price and you're like, oh, all right. Then they tax you and you're like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, it was like, I think it was
And then New York
180.
City has it's like fees like crazy that you show up and it's like convenience fee. You know,
Surcharge.
and I'm like,
Ridiculous.
what did you think I was booking? Like I was booking to sleep here. I thought that
The
was part of the
frustrating thing
convenience. I
is-
thought that was part of the
I
convenience.
never understood a convenience fee. What is that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That-
I'll tell you an inconvenience fee that hotels give me is, and I believe I've talked about this before. The both hotels I stayed at, hotels now have decided to stop putting shower curtains or shower doors on the
yeah.
and dude, it's got to the point now they're putting drains in the middle of the bathroom. I'm like, what do we do? Yeah,
I've seen this. Yeah.
I'll send you a picture of it.
The shower will be like at a pitch, so like the water runs back down into the shower, or
But
yeah.
it's not.
It'll have half a glass, so like the back half of the shower's got nothing.
Yeah, well, both ones I stayed in had no glass, and it's no step over, so the shower's just coming down, and water is spraying out in like up to the tub. I literally the first night I took a picture of it because I drenched the entire bathroom. I'm like, this is I'm screaming at the hotel to myself. You know, I wouldn't say anything to them. But it's just ridiculous. There's a flood in the bathroom up to the toilet. So anyway, here I am at Sunday, an hour, half hour before I have to go for pictures. I have to get ready. I'm like, I got to shower. I got to put my suit on before I get over there. So I'm like, screw it. I'll book it. All right. I booked that. And then I realized it's too late to cancel, which I'm an idiot. I should have known. It's too
So
late.
you booked 2 rooms?
I bought 3 rooms for the whole weekend, guys.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
At like $300 a pop. All right.
You should have.
I could have went to St. Thomas.
This was Sunday night. This was Sunday night.
This is Sunday night.
Oh man.
So Sunday night at the wedding.
You should have texted me. Anybody need a room in Manhattan? I would have just gone. I would have given you money and stayed at that place.
See, that's the fact that you said you would have given me money. Maybe I should have reached out to you because I did. Well, I'll get to that.
I was in Brooklyn hanging out, and I was like, we ended up coming back early, but I would have any excuse to be like, oh, it's about put in Manhattan. We'll stay in a room.
Speaking of charge, it was like in St. Thomas, the cabbies, they would just make up a price, and then they all just try and fuck you down there. So like they would be like 30. You'd be like, really? The other guy charged whatever. They're like, all right, just give me 20. It was like they start high and whatever they can get you at, they did.
A lot of those places kind of do that.
And they don't charge for the ride, they charge per head, even though
you gotta agree on a price before you get in. Yeah.
So anyway, I go over so now I'm like, Jesus Christ, I can't cancel, but whatever, I can shower. I throw on my suit. I go down to the Arlo Soho, and now it's pictures, and we're drinking again, and it's great though. You know, we're out in a beautiful. He's got a beautiful suite at Arlo Hotel, which is a beautiful hotel if you've never been, right on Hudson Street, and we're on the balcony. The sun was out, and and then we head over to the wedding, and now I'm just nervous. I'm going through my notes, and I can't read my notes for shit. My handwriting's terrible. Like I should have printed this out.
Typed it out, yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
So,
amazing.
dude, I'm so stressed. So we get to the place. It's a really cool venue. It's called Houston Hall, which I've been there before. It's like a beer garden. It's like one of these big open spaces, brick, and just very cool place. And
I've never been to a wedding in Manhattan before. It sounds cool.
yeah, it is cool. This is the
Yeah.
second one.
I've been to one or two.
So we go, and I'm ready to do this. And my biggest thing I do before I do something, I've noticed, is I tell people, I almost give myself an out to screw up.
Mm-hmm.
I tell people exactly how I'm feeling. Like I told everybody I'm nervous and I feel like I'm gonna mess up, just so they could tell me it's fine. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that makes me feel better. So I go, and now the wedding starts, and I'm standing up there, and when you're just so nervous, like you're like I'm like heating up, like I'm sweating. You know that? Like you're overheating.
Yeah.
I'm
Uh-huh.
always sweating, so I don't really.
Yeah, but this is a different type. It's like
No, I know. I'm just busting.
it's like illuminating hotness coming out of me,
Yeah.
and I'm like
And
shaking.
I was just talking about that because I get that anytime I'm doing a photo shoot with somebody, like I doubt myself. Like I don't know if I know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
And I'm not moving around a lot. It's not hot, but I just start sweating. I'm like, it's all just nerves, and like I'm like amped up that I know
Yeah.
what I'm doing, and I just start sweating, and I'm like, it's God, my God, I'm not doing anything.
and
I
and
think
you
I think they call that the flop sweats, don't they?
is that what it is? I wasn't. I
Flop
just
sweats like that.
I felt like there was a heat lamp on me, and I was just like shaking. It's like this weird feeling where you just want to run out of there, right? Because you realize, like, I want to do this, and I'm happy to do this, and I actually really like to do this. But you also realize, like, this is their wedding. Like, this is the most important day of their lives, and I'm just gonna tell you something I jotted down in my notebook this morning.
Yeah.
Is a wedding really the most important day of these people's lives, even if they
It's no, I don't know. It's what they say though.
It's a big memory.
Day.
There's a lot of photo evidence and video evidence of it. It's a momentous moment of your life.
I know
for
that.
Sure.
I don't know. I just always.
It's all about how important it is. And if they asked B to do this to begin with, they're obviously okay with him, being him
Yes,
and doing what he does. So it's like they're not.
You know what?
She's obviously not a bridezilla where she's like, I need everything exactly right. She seems like she's cool and like she just wants to have fun. So she wants it to be a fun time.
They are such a fun couple, and they literally took all the pressure off me. They were like the reason, and also Chris and Kira were both like this as well. The other wedding I did, they took off all the pressure. They're like, we want you because of you. All right. If you screw up, if you mumble your words, we love you. That's why. And I was like, all right, that makes me feel much better because I'm gonna do it. Right. So I get it.
Oh, you want mumble? I'll give you a mumble.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. So I'm getting there, and I don't know, Ryan. You've done public speaking before. Once you start talking, you're sort of like, all right, this is it. You're just going, and it's like no turning back, and it's like this weird feeling, like that. It's like this weird, like I could stop this right now. I don't know. There's this. I don't know. It's very weird to me. So I go, and I'm
because you're expecting the worst. And then when you start talking, it's like, oh, okay, I know how to speak to people, and like, I haven't died yet, so
Right.
like, I'll just keep doing this, and it'll be fine.
And I feel like
I want to marry someone bad.
I feel like you would be great at it, Chick. If I ever get
I don't know
married,
about that, but I still want to do it.
but I wrote a little joke in there early on in the thing, and it was 4 pages, right? But which
Did the
sounds
joke
like
land?
Yeah, it did. It was a stupid joke. I won't even waste your time with it. But yeah, it got a big laugh, and that's
I'd
when
like
I
to
was
hear
like,
it,
all
but-
right, I'm
I'd
cool.
like to hear it.
I basically said I think I speak for everybody when I say that Andrew and Christine are somebody that we like to have in our lives. It wasn't that, but
Yeah, that's hilarious. I
no,
mean,
So funny.
I
What a
said
what a fucking thigh slapper that was.
sharp
said
tongue you have.
I said Andrew is Andrew is or Christine is a therapist, and Andrew is a tech wizard of some sort. These are two people that everybody above the age of 25 should have in their life. A therapist, no, a an Apple genius to sync your iPhone contacts, and a therapist to vent to when it doesn't work. Just
Yeah.
a very
That's good.
dumb
Yeah.
thing for them, right?
Yeah.
But it worked because awful jokes work in that context.
Yeah.
Okay.
People want to break the tension of like, okay, this guy's.
Yes. I also said this is my second time. I apologize. I did the whole fucking Brendan thing. Like
I apologize ahead of time.
yeah, I'm an idiot now. So it was going well, and then right up until like the part where the for richer for poorer thing, I just couldn't read my handwriting,
Yeah.
and I said for richer for poorer for sickness, and I just like I couldn't do it, and so I'm like, oh no. That was my first
God.
screw up, and then I go into like the rings where you now pronounce, and Christine was like, the rings. You gotta get the rings over here. So I'm like, oh Jesus Christ. So but overall, I got a lot of good feedback right after it. It was a lot of fun.
Well, no one's gonna tell you were terrible.
No, but you can tell I've done enough comedy shows where I bombed where you could tell when people are genuine. Like people go away from you and you don't do well. They don't talk to you. But when you do, like I had a lot of people that were very nice.
Nice.
So yeah, it was great. And
then what?
You're entertaining and immediately lovable to watch. So I feel like even if you're fucking up, people like enjoy you watching you do that. So
yeah, and I think that's what the Bergens kind of liked about it. They were like, it was not. It didn't feel like a wedding that was normal. Like it was a fun wedding. His dad played the trombone during it. It was just one of those.
His dad was crushing the trombone.
Dude, his dad was awesome.
And he was doing the yo-yo while his dad was doing the trombone. That was great. I saw some videos.
And then this ice cream thing.
Yeah, the ice cream thing. So the ice cream thing is something I'll explain it for people that don't know what the hell has been going on. On Andrew's cell phone, you know when your picture that calls, it's this picture of me wearing this ice cream suit from a few summers ago at a parade. And on Sunday, somehow it came up, and they were like, "That'd be hilarious if you did that." And I was like, "I would totally do that. I would wear that at the wedding. How could we make that happen?" So we kind of talked about it, and they're like, "What if you bring ice cream? What if you deliver ice cream end of the wedding? It's a surprise. Nobody will know." And I'm like, I love the idea. So end of the wedding, I get the cue. I'm like, all right. And it's fun because nobody knows except them, but also a little nerve-wracking because you're like, what if this doesn't go over well? And I just look like a lunatic. So I go in and I make the switch. They turn on the Mr. Softy ice cream theme. The DJ does that. And I just start handing out ice creams. And it was a big hit. So, yeah, that was the ice cream stuff. Now, Chick, tell me what you hate about it.
Oh, I was just busting your balls. I think it was great.
No. Chick had a lot to say.
I was busting B's balls. I said, oh, you did their wedding, and then they made you the punchline at the end. They embarrassed the man and have him look like an idiot.
He kept texting in our group text. He kept saying,
I was just busting your chops though.
"I'm so embarrassed for you. I can't believe that they would do this to you. Like I'm I can't fend for myself. You know, there's a reason I get on stage and talk about myself. I kind of like to be in the spotlight. All right. I don't
No.
know. I don't know
Being
what
in the spotlight
sickness
is
that
different
is.
than putting on a ice cream suit and running around.
For
But
a
Well,
wedding, I thought it was a bit much, but you know, I was just busting your chops. I know you like to have fun, but yeah, I was just basically making fun of him, like, oh, so they got you to be like a joke at their wedding, like everybody look at the funny man, looking like an idiot giving out ice creams.
yeah, but
yeah, I
it
don't,
was also I like to make people
I know.
smile.
I said I was joking. I wasn't that serious.
I don't think he was joking, Ryan.
No, you think
yeah.
I really think Bergen's out there to abuse you and make you look like a clown in front of everybody?
Yes.
No, stop it.
By the way, they all weekend they said, "I'm sorry, we're traumatizing you." So
That's
yeah,
my point. I know they just, so you committed to the bit.
and I commit to the bit very well. All right.
You do.
So
You
yeah,
really do. Yeah,
you
I was
have to.
shocked. I was shocked how into it you seemed. Yeah.
I
But you
will
have to
tell
be.
you.
But you would look like an idiot if you didn't do that. You're talking about like worried about not going
Yes,
over. Like the only way that works is if you just fully lean into it and
Yeah, you
that's
act
can't.
why
like
I ran out and I jumped on the tables. I was like, I can't
yeah,
like this has to be a like. I'm sure there was people there that were looking at me like, what the hell is this? I'm sure there was that, but
yeah.
for the most part, like Christine and Andrew both were like, this is we couldn't have asked for anything more out of you from the wedding.
You open the wedding and you close the wedding.
Open it and close it, and I loved it, dude. I just like that.
He likes that the wedding was more about him than Bergen and Christine.
But it absolutely wasn't. I was
I'm joking.
I was a part of a very fun wedding of an amazing couple, and
Yeah,
you know Bergen. He's just the greatest. And
yeah.
Christine,
I'm a big fan of Bergen, and the couple times I met his now wife. She was a sweetheart, so I'm happy.
they
Congratulations, guys, if you listen.
they're truly one of my favorite couples. They are.
That's kind of how I felt about the couple that I got to. They're literally two of my favorite people that I know, and I was broke and had trouble getting out there. And if I was going to do it for anybody, it would be them. So I was happy I made it.
By the way, the other thing you saying you were getting emotional at your wedding.
Yeah.
As I'm doing the speech, I felt the tears coming up like that
Oh no.
thing in your throat.
Yeah.
And I said it. I was like I'm feeling emotional right now. and then like I got a little laugh, like a nervous laugh from people, and I was like, all right, it's gone. Dude, but so at the end of the wedding now, it's all sinking in too that now I have I paid for 3 hotel rooms for 2 nights. And so I do start making the rounds, and I find a good
To
friend of the
collect money?
pod. What?
The rounds what to collect money for your hotel
No,
room?
to see if anybody by chance
He sent
needs
out
a
a
hotel
cash
room.
thing around the
Oh,
wedding.
you did. So you started asking around.
I started asking, and
Anybody need a hotel?
I did it in a way, you make conversation with. I did it to people that I
Yeah.
think might need a hotel. Like a friend of the podcast, Dom LaMarca, was there.
Oh, yeah. Did
Yeah,
you land
Dom.
anybody or no?
So Dom also asked about you, Chick. He was the only one at the wedding that asked about Chick.
That's my boy, Dom.
Yeah, I knew you. So
What'd he say?
he just asked how you were doing. He's
Oh,
like,
all right.
"How's Chick?" All that.
That's man. I love Dom.
So yeah, it was great to see Dom. He lives in Austin, Texas now. So it was a surprise. I didn't think I'd see him, but I figured if anybody doesn't have a plan tonight, it would be Dom. So I was like, Dom, where are you sleeping tonight? And he goes, I don't know, probably my car, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. I
Such
picked
a
the
Dom
perfect guy.
answer.
So I go, listen, here's the deal. I got this hotel room. It's yours if you want it. All right. So night goes on. End of the night, I ended up actually leaving the wedding with Bergen's family. I don't know how that happened. I left with his parents.
Hot.
I flew in with the groom's father, who I never met, and I didn't
Oh,
realize
did you?
until like the end of the flight. Yeah.
I'm sure you made yourself comfortable with him, though, right?
Oh, he was my guy the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, there you go.
Told him, I said at one point I went up to him because he looks like just like Dr. Hammond from Jurassic Park. My buddy actually is the one who called that out, and I went up to him. I'm like, has anybody ever told you that you look like the guy who started Jurassic Park? And he started laughing. He's like, no. He's like, I got to check that out. I was like, do it. You look just like
Yeah, I like that kind of guy.
And he was able to check it. So you never checked into the Moxie.
No, I never checked in. So that was the
So
other.
was he able to checking? So because sometimes you got to give the ID and the credit card on file.
Here's what happened. We go back. I go back home, and I sort of forgot about Dom. Like he was like, yeah, maybe I'll take, because he never confirmed. He was like, maybe I'll take you up on that. I'll see how the night goes. I appreciate it. So I get home, and I'm like just in bed. I got my sweatpants on. I'm just like ready to pass out. And Dom reaches out. He's like, hey, I'm gonna take you up on that hotel room. Luckily, it's across the street. So I gave him the address, and I run outside, basically in my sweatpants, my pajamas. And we go, and I check into the hotel room. I bring Dom up, and Dom's all set. Now listen to this. As we're going up, directly across the room, we hear sex happening. All right. Now
this is you and Dom going into Dom's room?
Yeah, and we kind of don't acknowledge it, but once we get it, I had to go into that room because I want to see what room I'm missing out on. By the way, of course, his room was better than the one I chose. But
at that point, you could have just switched. You could have just had him go stay in the one that you went in before and gone in that one.
I could have, but I had at that point
all your stuff was there already.
All my stuff was there. So we get into the hotel room, and Dom's like, "Did you hear that?" And I'm like, "I did, dude. It was an orgy. There was multiple people in there." And I walked out, and I had to like.
Usually, multiple people have sex, but you mean more than two?
Oh no! I'd say like I'd say like 4 or 5. Like there was voices all over.
And I've been in Mox's. They're small rooms.
Small rooms, right?
So, what did you hear?
I honestly, the thing I heard was disturbing.
What did you like?
Because I'll tell you what I did, and this is something I'm embarrassed to even say.
No, say.
But I've never done this before, and I'm not like a peeping Tom.
Just fucking say it.
When I left Dom's room on my way back, I lingered.
Can you just say what they fucking said?
I sat by the door, right?
I probably would have had my ear pressed up against that door.
Yeah. Dude,
somebody leaves to get ice and Chick falls through the door.
I'm here for the gangbang.
Just shirtless.
Just shirtless, yeah.
I just sat out. I was. You're always afraid of the peephole that somebody's looking out. So I sort of sat like stayed next to the hotel, and I kind of gave it a listen, because I'm like, am I, when like it's end of the night.
Why is it taking so long for you to say what you heard?
All right, she was like, she said, treat me like a toilet seat.
Wow.
Which is like it was kind of, yeah. So I don't know what was happening over there.
Was this Ryan's room?
Yeah, well, yeah, I didn't even think about that until I said that. But
I wouldn't be the one saying it though. Well, no, I would be the one saying it. Yeah.
Yeah, you would. It was so graphic and so loud that it almost felt like it was like they were shooting a porn scene in there.
It could have been. That's not that far fetched.
That's what I think probably happened. So it was wild to hear that though. Like when you hear it right there. Listen, I'm not involved in a lot of things like that anymore, So just to hear it behind the door, you're like, Jesus Christ,
Like I said,
people are
those
really doing that.
those rooms are small. I don't know if you could shoot really quality stuff in those size of those rooms.
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
some of them have a good view out the windows. So maybe if you
It was
wanted,
probably a good view.
yeah.
I'll tell you that it was bigger than the room that I was at. Sotel,
Mm,
across. It was on the corner of Bowery and Broome, um, and
yeah.
Moxie was directly across the street. So and the Moxie, that hotel room was bigger than the one I had. So I don't know. So yeah, it was a fantastic
Yeah,
weekend.
but I think I've been in the So Hotel. Those are also very
So
small too. Right?
that was the tiniest room I've ever been in.
Yeah, that's like a bed fits in there. Then
A bed, barely. You couldn't even
yeah,
move, like, to get on the end
that's
of
a
the
cool.
bed.
It's nice though. It's like a well decorated place though, right? Inside.
Yeah, very cool, very cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but to get to the end of the bed, like, you walk in front of the bed and you're banging
Mm-hmm.
into the wall.
Yeah.
With the Moxie, you weren't banging into the wall
No.
but it's still
No. Yeah.
small.
Yeah.
Everything's small.
Yeah. That's
So
the
yeah.
thing now.
So
Yeah.
it was a fun filled
And
weekend. And
did you bring your teddy bear with you into the city?
I'm embarrassed to say it, but yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I swear to
What's
God.
going on with you?
I don't know, man.
Why? Where? So I wanted to get into it because you
Yeah,
kind of
why do
snuck it in.
you get into the whole teddy bear thing?
You kind of snuck it in to the thing. It got kind of buried, and I apologize for that because I think you went out and did you buy it online? Did you buy it in a
Let
store?
me turn on my light. I I didn't do much, but yeah, I'm into these bears. Um, they're a specific brand of bear. They're called Jellycat. Maybe you've heard of it.
I have not, believe it or not. No.
No. Um, and they're, I don't know. I tried to write something about it because I don't know what it is. Is it loneliness that I want to? I basically like it because it's something I like to hold it at night.
Yeah.
I know that sounds crazy.
It's listen. I
Doesn't
applaud
sound
you.
crazy. It sounds like childish.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. It's, believe me, I know it's bizarre, but I bought it.
I She bought it with the purpose of like I'm gonna buy this and I'm gonna have it
I
as if it's
kind of like
something to
the
keep me
idea
company.
of hey,
You need a
throw it on
girlfriend.
the bed. What?
Maybe you need a girlfriend.
Maybe, but I don't know.
I have a stuffed dog in my house that I didn't buy. It was purchased for another reason, but it kind of looked like one of my old dogs. It was just a little straight black dog.
Right.
So I was like, I'm gonna take that, and it's like in my bedroom, and
Yeah, yeah.
every once in a while it'll find its way in my bed.
I kind of like it in at the end of the night where there's just a little teddy bear on my pillow. I don't know
Yeah,
what it is. Maybe it reminds me when I was a kid. I have no
probably.
idea. But
You need a girlfriend. That's all.
listen, I don't want a girlfriend.
I just hope there's no you
Oh,
don't poke a hole
a
in
teddy bear.
No, don't be perverse. All right, it's not.
Perverse.
You want to see it?
I would love to see it.
I mean,
Yeah,
we might as well if you're going to
Yeah,
talk
I'll
about
show
it.
it to you.
yeah. What did he call it? Say it was jelly something.
What? What are you
The
talking
bear.
about?
The type of bear. He said it was a jelly something.
It's called a jelly cat.
Jelly cat.
Still
That
has-
is a old school traditional stuffed bear. I mean
That
is
looks like a
as traditional.
1920s like teddy bear.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I like the way it looks.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's Jelly Cat collection. Now, if you go online, these things are they're like the new Beanie Baby. I swear to God. And I know if I feel like if somebody were like to be Beanie Babies are back, I wouldn't go out and get one. but
Yeah.
somehow
When I was super young, I had a white teddy bear called Cuddles.
did you name it that?
Yeah, but I was literally like 3 years old, 4 years old. Like,
Right.
you know.
This one's a bumbly bear. That's the name.
Ron, I have a question for you real quick. I don't mean to sidebar, but you got this look that you're like aggravated today. You good?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, all right. You just
Yeah.
looked like you had enough today. I don't know if it was me or B, because I never know when we set you off.
No.
Oh, all
good.
right. All right.
Chick has a real
I'm enjoying.
complex.
Yeah.
I have a
Enjoying
what?
it.
You have a complex that everybody is pissed off at you.
Because a lot of times people are pissed at me.
I know, but like sometimes when like I was talking to him about this today, where he's like, you know, you guys will bash me if I don't show up. You'll call me a liar, and it's because Chick has lied so much that we don't say anything, but he is like, I'm not lying. I'm not lying this time. Like, we never
No.
said anything. We don't care.
I don't
We'd
lie
rather you
so much.
Well,
But you have lied though. Yeah.
I have
when you have a
failed to
history
tell
of
you
lying.
guys the truth in the beginning to tell you the truth later. I always come clean.
Right.
Right.
But that sets yourself up to know that they're probably going to think I'm lying because I have lied in the past, even if I've admitted it. So that's something you have to deal with.
I feel like more
That's something
times
you have to
That's
do.
that's not for us to come to grips with. That's for you to come to grips with. Like I'm not going to do any work to make you feel better about that because, it doesn't matter.
I just feel like more times than none, you can't make it or something happens and you think that we're all sitting there like he's lying. And most of the time we're just like, all right, what are we gonna do? How do we do this?
Oh, trust me, I know nobody cares if I do the show or not.
Well, we care.
No, it's not that.
We'd
It's
much
not that.
rather
It's,
you there, but it's not
Yeah.
like we sit and like I can't believe that liar is lying to us. Where I think that's what you think.
yeah.
I don't know what I think.
Yeah, I don't know what you think either.
There
Ryan, what's up
was
with you?
one little funny thing that also happened at the wedding. I hate to keep going back to mine, but things pop up. But there was so a few of my friends like to party with the the little nose candy, and there was a whole issue at the wedding where somebody's bag got stolen from another guest there. And there was this whole fucking debacle, almost like an actual fight there.
Oh, really?
And my whole thing is I tell everybody, I go, see, that's why everybody should just stick to smoking pot. Nobody's ever fighting over pot.
Yeah, really rarely, right?
It's true.
Like people like either you have it or you don't. You have it. People want to share it a lot more than.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
there was like a whole little issue there with that. But that was the only real drama of the week. It was like somebody let somebody do it. And then when they got it back, it was like empty. And the person was like, it wasn't me.
Did they ever find the culprit?
Oh, yeah, that wound up getting. Let's just say, one of the people who was invited there was a piece of shit. And it was a guest of somebody. It was like a guest of somebody. It wasn't a direct invite. So it's always the outsider.
Was it somebody I know?
No.
All right.
Because I don't think so. I doubt it. I didn't know who it was.
Yeah.
But that was like, you're always wondering if there's ever going to be drama. And then that was the only bit of a little bit of drama. And it wasn't that bad.
Well, that's good. If it's only a little bit of drama.
But I always laugh because I'm in when I go on vacation, I'm in a totally different mood. I'm all smiles, all good mood, like just easy living. So I try not to let things get piss me off. But that's also why I don't do hard drugs. Hard drugs make big problems.
Yeah.
Thanks for the life advice.
I feel like I'm when I was in Florida, Monique, we have such a good time. Like we laugh so much. I do bits. Everything I do is a bit. I'm constantly. I even tell Monique like sometimes like I'll sing a song and I'm like everything's a bit. Everything's a bit. everything, every interaction with somebody, not even just on vacation. It's and up to a point where I go like, is it annoying? Like every at every turn, I'm doing a bit with something. But I don't know. We just had such a good time. And I feel like,
I guess it depends on the bits if they're landing or not.
yeah. Well, but we're laughing, and
Yeah, that's all that matters, I guess, at the end.
Yeah,
Of
in those situations, of course.
and I'm not like harming or insulting anybody, but I don't know. It feels like we laugh so much, and it's like nice to have an audience. Like Monique is like she's a
good
good
one.
audience for me, and
Yeah.
so I'm like, this is why I don't do comedy anymore because like this is my audience. Like that the whole like need to like make like hear laughter, and
Yes.
I get it. Like we just like hang out. Like I'm getting that itch is being scratched at all times because I'm with somebody who finds me funny, and it's like
Yeah.
I've been on vacation. It's like that's just all it is. It's like let's make fun of everything. Let's laugh. Let's enjoy. So the idea of like getting into a fight with somebody on vacation, but I guess that's the problem. You get drugs involved. Then who knows what's going to happen? So
Exactly.
if I had like a drug problem, somebody took my drugs, I might not be doing bits about things. I'd be like, my fucking drugs back, or else I'm gonna.
No, you wouldn't
Yeah.
be doing bits about that.
Yeah.
Well, it was funny because one person said, well, it's kind of hard to get, you can't even like say anything to anybody because if you try explaining the story to someone, all they're going to hear is, I brought drugs,
Yeah.
got stolen. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's like,
What are you gonna do?
it's
Tell the
hard to
cops
get- it's hard
somebody
to get
stole my
sympathy
drugs?
on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I watched Mountainhead, but we're pretty much done here today. But I don't know.
I
if,
wouldn't mind
B,
hearing about that real quick. Did
you? Well, B,
I
did you
didn't
wind up
watch
watching
it.
it?
I
B?
didn't
All
get
right.
to watch it yet, but I
Yeah,
still
well,
want to
we'll
watch
give
it.
you another week. If you don't, give you another week to watch it, and then you can enjoy
another
watch it.
movie I want to recommend you watch, not because it was good, because I'm curious your thoughts on it, is Alto Nights.
Alto Nights.
It's the new movie on HBO with De Niro, where he's a dual role.
Oh
Alto
Jesus!
Nights.
Exactly. Oh Jesus! Why
It's
they?
not
I wish
good.
you. I
It's
wish you.
not
I
good,
wish you
that's-
would just stop acting altogether. I mean, he's not.
Listen, if they would have had like, and I'm just throwing Pesci out there because he's done these movies with him. If they would have cast Pesci as the other guy, the movie would have been better. But you have,
Yeah.
they didn't make him look different. It's like it's basically the same character. He plays
For no
Vito
reason.
Genovese and Frank Costello.
Why?
There's really no reason why he's playing these two
There's
people.
zero reason why he's playing both. I still do not understand why they could.
Because we're talking about it. That's why.
Well, yeah, and I think
whole
movie
reason
has
is so that people-
potential. If he wasn't, the fact that he was both characters is the only reason why I really was over the movie.
Well, that's the question. Is like Michael B. Jordan. Why did it really matter? I mean, I guess it might have.
If there
I
wasn't
heard it.
twins and sinners, like if they didn't make them twins, you're saying?
Yeah, I don't know. Did it need to be twins? It could be
I didn't- it could-
brothers.
One person. I kind of agree with you on that.
Could have been one person. Could have been brothers. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it could have been, or they could have just found twins who act. I mean, I'm sure that's exists in the world.
Do you
like,
think
but
they pay them double for that?
I feel like you have to. No, I mean, it's like you're on
Or
screen
do you
more.
think that's a way to save money because now you're AIing a second person
I don't
almost?
know. I'd be interested if, like, Eddie Murphy got for the clumps if he got paid for every,
Every
or you
clump.
just get like, it's, I'm sure it's not doubled, but maybe it's just more.
Yeah, like more because you're
Yeah.
doing multiple roles.
Yeah, and you got to every role you take, you got to do the next role, standing next to the guy doing the next line.
So I gave the movie 3 stars on Letterboxd, but I don't know. It was
Really, that's high.
well because like I didn't hate the actual movie. I hated how they casted it.
Yeah, that's.
So I
annoying
didn't
when
want
that
to
happens.
shit on like some of it was pretty cool. I don't know.
Yeah, well, see if you get time this week, check out Mountainhead.
Could I
How
just
long
get
is-
one quick thing? Did you like it, or did you not like it?
I don't want to hear because I don't want it to affect
Yeah,
my
Yeah,
my
yeah.
what I think.
Send me a text on the side and just give me like a thumbs up or thumbs down.
Why do you need to know this so bad?
I'm just curious what he thought.
A week early.
Because I haven't met anybody else who's watched that movie yet. He's the first person I know who's watched
That
it.
can't be. It's a fairly big movie.
I know, but it's not like, not everybody I hang out with is a fucking movie guy. And he already said he watched it. So why are you getting mad at me for just telling him to tell me if he liked it? I'm not trying to converse about it so we ruin the convo for next week.
You know what's funny? If Ryan doesn't text you in 10 minutes, you'll forget about this whole conversation. So it's a moot point.
It's very possible.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 100%.
That is very, very possible and plausible, but we'll see.
Ryan, you
How
got
was your
anything else?
weekend though, real
Yeah.
quick, Ryan?
That's good, yeah. Did a photo shoot, rented out a studio, and found I put out a random call on Instagram. I've always wanted to book. There's a couple studios in Astoria and in Brooklyn and
Are
Long
these
Island
adult
City.
photo shoots or no?
No, they're just like there's these places they have. There's like 6 studios in this one building, and there's different settings,
Oh,
and you
okay.
can do photo shoots there. So I've always wanted to book a thing and shoot stuff there. So I just put a thing out on Instagram like a few months ago. Like, anybody want to do a photo shoot here? And I got a hit on.
Was it worth it though? Did you like it?
Yeah, it was awesome. The studio that the woman ended up picking would have been the last studio I would have picked. It was like black with like lights. I like a more lit, natural looking
Now let me
thing,
ask
but
you a question. When you're doing that, aren't you the director, so to speak, where you pick the room?
yeah, but if you're dealing with a model, this girl just turned 40 and she just lost some weight, so she felt like she was feeling good. She wanted to do a photo shoot to capture her life at 40 when feeling good about herself. But like I said, here are the options, and she's more of like a black,
all right, I got it. So
vibe.
be honest.
So I
Did she
wanted
deserve a
it's
photo
if
shoot or no?
what's that?
Said be honest. Did she deserve a photo shoot? Did she look good?
Yeah, she's
or no?
attractive. Yeah.
Alright. You should have been like, oh, you could have used a few more pounds if you wanted to be honest.
No, I mean, for
Should
my
have done this
personal
at 30.
she definitely was. She was like too thin, and I don't, it was just like feels like a bit of HIPAA law, like client, photographer
something like that?
confidentiality.
A roundabout to rent a studio like that, is it expensive?
It's not that bad actually. It was, I think, $250 for 4 hours.
Now, how does that work? Does she pay that or you pay that?
I paid it because I just wanted for my portfolio. I wanted photos.
She basically got a free photo shoot, and that's kind of the
Because
that's how you get the model is I do it, I'll pay it, type thing.
I mean, there's some models like sometimes I see models that they charge for you to take their photo. Because well, if you're like an upcoming photographer and you want to
yeah, I got it.
if you want to design a photo, then you got to hire a model, and sometimes models need photos, so then they have to. It's all about who needs what.
I got you.
Yeah, so if the model needs photos, she's going to hire a photographer. If a photographer needs photos or model, then he's got what I mean. It's all supply and demand. Yeah, that's all it is. So yeah, it was fun, but it was like I got some cool photos. She was like knew how to work. Like it's.
Oh, that's good.
Some people know how to
talk while you're doing it. Like
I'm terrible at model. That's what I really want to get better at is positioning people.
To do it?
No, I don't.
You want to do a photo shoot with me?
Yeah, that would be. I would love to actually. We want to do like
I think that would be
photo.
I think that would be fun to do a photo. I mean, obviously you're not using a model, but I think it'd still be fun.
I think it would be hilarious. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want to each do a modeling session for Ryan?
That would be hilarious. I would.
And we'll put the photos out to who everybody like. What photo wins, kind of thing.
Yeah, we could do that.
I would love that.
We'll have the people vote on the photo.
that would actually be hilarious.
I'm gonna you'll see these photos are it's like cool settings. It's lit
and
really
we each get to pick the background. So like I'll tell Ryan what I want, you tell him what you want, and then that's it. And if you want to be in it, Ryan, one of us can take you.
No, I don't. I like to take the photos.
Can you imagine Chic with your camera?
But
I was now put your leg up. Stare off
Yeah,
into the distance for me.
they sell
Stare off into the
they sell posing cards. I gotta get. It's like a deck of cards, but has different options for posing on it, and you
Oh
could just
my God.
like show the model like, all right, gotta give me this pose. Like I need to
Yo, we
invest. I need
gotta
to
do
invest
this.
in those.
Like, hey, I'll do this next weekend with you.
Yeah, that would be great.
By the way, the Shockers still want baseball cards. Speaking
I
of
want to do
cards,
it. If I got you guys still play Mondays?
every Monday we've been in Patchogue the last. We're in
Oh God,
Hauppauge.
well, if you,
Ryan,
you're in
ask
Hot
me
Pot
what my
Monday,
average is in
Yeah.
softball right now.
what's your average?
Yeah.
0. You've taken no at bats.
No, I'm playing this year.
Okay.
There's a reason why he interrupted us to tell us.
What's
this,
your
right?
average?
600, baby.
Wow.
Nice.
And you
Look
get
at
a
him. He's
runner.
back.
As soon as you touch first, you get a runner.
Yeah, but I did get a double one at bat. I had a
Wow. We get
double.
blown up, completely blown up.
He must have had to take a long break after
Took me a
that.
little bit to get back.
Let me know, because I would I want to do that. I want to take.
It's
let me
every
see.
Monday. The last 2 weeks we're out in Patchogue. It's a little bit of a hike.
Yeah, but you said it's not for me.
yeah.
So, but if
Um,
you're in Hauppauge, that's even closer. So I'll come out in Hauppauge if.
next week, Hidden Pond in Patchogue.
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
Hauppauge, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have nothing right now. Unless something pops up,
Yeah,
I'll come out.
that'd be cool. It's been
Yeah.
fun. I think we're getting better. We still haven't won, but we're getting better.
Okay.
That's
Always
how it
having
works.
fun.
You got to get into it.
No, I feel it. Even one of the umps was like, you guys are like one of the most improved teams I've seen after a season. So
He pat you on the head when he said that too.
no. I
You
think
guys,
this
you guys are the most improved team.
I think because most of these guys have been together for a while.
No,
Yeah.
he's right. Like we've been playing together for 20 years.
So like we're really like we're hitting now. Even I'm
That guy
hitting.
seemed. Who started this? The Naughty House guy,
Yeah, John Sell.
John Sell. I don't really know him. I've seen him at some open mics, but he seems like such a nice guy.
He is a
he's
guy.
Yeah, he's a lunatic on the field though.
Is he?
He
No,
almost
he's
got
like
thrown out.
He's
was the one who
competitive.
almost got tossed?
Yeah, he's very competitive.
Yeah, he seems like such a pleasant, like a sweetheart.
He
You
is
know?
a very nice guy, though.
No, he is.
Yeah.
He is. But dude, get him in competition. Woo.
That's so
I would
funny.
have
People
never pegged him for that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in outfield. He was great this past week out in center field. But if he sees a call that he does not agree with, you're hearing from him from center field. He's chirping at the ump from center field.
Wow. Good for him.
It's actually hilarious. So
I've been
All
there
right.
before, so I get it.
yeah, I know you've been there. But all right, guys, you want to call it a night?
Well, real quick.
Oh.
Remember I told you I met that couple like we're on a hike and I just
Oh,
started
yes,
talking to
yes.
them. We were going to be
Yes.
friends.
Friendly with them?
Yeah. So,
again?
well, yeah, we met up. We went on a little bit of a hike, a little bird watching hike. We're looking for wood ducks over by them, and then like it went well. So like, oh, you guys got to come over. So, but we were supposed to go over Monday, and then they got sick. But I was like, immediately they canceled that morning. Like, yeah, it turns out my wife and daughter, they woke up and they were sick, and I'm like, they don't want to do it. Like,
yeah.
I suspected they found their way to my Instagram page and like saw my the podcast clips or like my little videos that I'm making. They were like,
Don't put
"That's
this
it."
on us.
Yeah.
So,
look at that
like
bit.
me, like stuff like, and then I also have like my own little clips that I put up on Instagram. So I'm like, they saw something on my Instagram. They were like, "Let's not."
Did you think
Yeah.
maybe they really have you not talked to them since?
Well, it was quick. Like we went on a hike and they were super into it. Like they like that day, like, oh, let's get together soon. So I was like, oh, they they liked our company.
Yeah,
So
I'd
then-
like to think that they're not shallow enough that they just went on Instagram and were like, we're not going to hang out with them again. 'cause
Yeah,
that's-
maybe maybe they got sick, but it's like, yeah, we'll reach out and we'll plan something again soon. But I'm like, all right, well now it's Wednesday. I'm sure everyone's feeling fine. You're gonna reach out and make plans again?
No, what the real possibility is, they made plans, and then Monday came. Monday's a difficult day. They're like, do we really want to do this? It sounded
Yeah.
great in the moment, And then you get to the day. I do this all the time with plans, where I'm
Yeah.
like, you make
don't wanna do
plans
it.
and then you don't
Are,
want to
we,
do
are
it.
you guys also trying to swing this, or is this?
No.
Oh, all right. I'm just asking.
No.
You never know.
No.
Don't say no like it's so ridiculous of a
You
theory.
never know. By the way,
Yeah.
you know, if they say yes, you might. Hey. But yeah, no, I think it's totally normal, and it's like, all right, they probably woke up like maybe somebody wasn't feeling well. All right, let's push this off.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't think they jumped to your Instagram. I don't think people.
Now, are you and Monique trying to see who it is that like you think they? No, they didn't like you. No, they didn't like you.
No.
Yeah.
Blaming each other. It's like, you fucked it up. You said that stupid thing.
You
And
start
It's
getting mad
that
at
post
the
that
other
you
one.
you
put
saw the way they looked at each other when you said that thing? You fucked it up. No. But yeah, maybe next couple weeks I'll have a new friend.
Yeah, I would give it a couple weeks, and I think you'll be back
Yeah.
on the horse with your new friends.
I agree.
All right.
Or you
I
can
think
just
we're
get a
good.
teddy bear and be done with it.
Yeah, I'll grab my little.
Well, he has a girlfriend. He doesn't need a teddy bear.
Yeah.
It's not a girlfriend thing.
I think.
But anyway, if you guys made it this
right.
far,
Yeah. Thanks so much for watching.
It's a lot of fun, guys.
and we apologize we're on Zoom tonight. I had a late day of work. It was just sort of one of those middle of the week days that wasn't working out for us. So
I got a question for you, B, too. Don't jump
Yeah.
off real quick. I want to after we
course.
end. I want to ask you a question.
yeah.
Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, thumbs down.
All right, we'll do.
He's not gonna.
All right, guys.
All right, peace.
All right, bye.